Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you're having a good day and welcome to today's Pokemon GO raid guide video. Today we're going to be covering the dark and flying type legendary Pokemon, Yveltal. This is a very valuable Pokemon and considered a fan favorite, specifically because it has a lot of significance when it comes to raid damage, but it could also be useful within PvP as well. This is one of those Pokemon that if you happen to get yourself a 100% IV of it, it's going to upgrade your account by leaps and bounds. So do not miss out on raiding Yveltal while you can. This is definitely a legendary Pokemon you will want to pick up for your account. Now, Yveltal's shiny form is also going to be available, and that is a very valuable shiny, so if you want a Pokemon that's going to draw you a lot of trades, then make sure you farm up the shiny form as well while it is in raid battles. Now, you probably shouldn't go too hard on Yveltal raids because you will want to hold on to a couple of raid passes specifically for when we get Necrozma later on this month. And I think that's going to be a lot more valuable than this Pokemon, but I still think it's worth farming up if you have a whole bunch of raid passes in your inventory because this Pokemon is actually really good. So if you still do not have yourself a high IV, then it is definitely worth going after in order to get those 100% IVs. So for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be going over all of the best counters for Yveltal and giving you a couple of tips for how you could take down this raid boss. Let's get into that right now. Like I mentioned before, Yveltal is a dark and flying type legendary Pokemon. This means it's going to have a weakness against electric, fairy, rock, and ice type attacks. So you will want to bring your best Pokemon with these types of attacks because that's how you're going to take down Yveltal. But do keep in mind that this Pokemon has resistances to ground and psychic types as well as dark, ghost, and grass. So don't bring any Pokemon with those attacks because those attacks are going to be completely void. Now, in terms of the perfect IVs for Yveltal, you will want to look for one that is 2160, and if it's weather boosted, it's going to be 2701. Yveltal is going to be weather boosted by two weather types, that is windy weather and foggy weather. Now, if you want to take down Yveltal with the least number of trainers as possible, it is definitely doable with just two other trainers, but do keep in mind that this Pokemon does have a lot of defensive stats, so bringing as many trainers as you can is probably the most ideal. I would say that if you want to comfortably take down Yveltal, you will want to bring at least 6 trainers total in that raid party that have Pokemon that are at least level 35. So now let's talk about the best counters for Yveltal. It's pretty straightforward. Your best fairy types, electric types, and rock types are probably the best bet for taking down this Pokemon. These could include Mega Diancie as well as Mega Gardevoir, as well as Shadow Raikou, Xurkitree, Zekrom, and Thundurus. Of course, there are some very good budget counters that you could also bring. These include Mega Manectric, Rhyperior with rock type attacks, Rampardos, as well as Electivire. These are all really solid Pokemon going up against this raid boss, so make sure you form your team now before jumping into these raids so you're not caught off guard. And then something else you should do is coordinate with your raid mates on Mega Evolutions so that you could fully utilize those bonuses. Even though Mega Diancie and Mega Gardevoir are going to deal the most DPS against Yveltal, it might be wise to bring a Mega Manectric or maybe even a Mega Tyranitar so that you could boost up all the rock types or electric types in the raid party. That's probably going to be a lot better when it comes to this raid boss, but it's totally up to you. If you just want to deal the most DPS possible, bring a Mega Gardevoir or a Mega Diancie, but if you want to help out your raid mates, then bring a Mega Evolution that's definitely going to do that. So there you have it. Taking down Yveltal is very straightforward. You just want to make sure you bring a bunch of really good fairy types, electric types, or rock types, and then make sure you have at least 3 other trainers that are really high level. If you take down Yveltal, you might come across its shiny form. It's about a 1 in a 20 chance, so you just have to do a whole bunch of raids if you want this shiny. And if you do pick it up, make sure you hold on to them even if it has low IVs. It could draw you a lot of really good trades when it comes to lucky trades, because like I said, Yveltal has so much significance in Pokemon GO as either a flying type raid attacker or a dark type raid attacker, but also as a Master League Pokemon. So there's definitely going to be trainers out there looking for this Pokemon when it comes to lucky trades, and who knows, maybe you could do a mirror trade with shiny Yveltal and pick yourself up a Shundo from that lucky trade. That would certainly be the dream when it comes to this Pokemon because of how useful it can be. But yeah, in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Now, let me know your thoughts regarding Yveltal down below. Do you have yourself a really good shiny Yveltal? If you do, make sure you say what IVs it has down below in the comments. And also, if there's any tips for this raid boss that I completely missed, make sure you share those as well. And let's have a great discussion. And thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. If you ended up enjoying it and found it to be informative, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here. And also don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. And I want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support the Jinsula channel, the absolute best way you could do so is by joining my Patreon. If you choose to do that, you will get a permanent spot on my in-game Pokemon Go friends list. That means for different gameplay elements like raid battles as well as with friendship levels. If you want to play Pokemon Go with me, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. And if you want to support my channel in a different way, you could do so by following me on social media. I'm on the platforms that you see on screen. My handle is @Jinsula. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow. And that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you all later.